Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays a Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. But he's gonna say the word wrong. Hold on. Oh, we have a run on which. Oh my God, that was our. You don't even want to. We'll talk about that maybe. Okay, daily run, Maggie. That's our weird rerun where. I mean, I didn't Alt F4. Oh my God, it goes to Mega Satan. I didn't Alt F4 that run. I died, and you saw it on screen. I might have Alt F4 before I went back to the main menu, but I'm only human, after all. We're gonna do a daily today, obviously, and I mean, that's a great start for a daily. Oh, and this is unbelievable. I actually, again, I play Maggie so rarely because until recently we've had an incredible streak going with Eden. Ha 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 ha. Let's not talk about that rerun. Where I do admittedly blame myself, but also the concept of the game for annoying me in the first place. However, the concept of the challenge for annoying me in the first place. However, not an XL floor, not an XL floor. So we'll go in here. This daily is starting fantastically so far. And you know, if there's ever a daily style that is a Northernlion original, you know what it is. Lots of HP. Not really, but where did that sack come from? That was weird. No, basically the archetype right now is early game orbital. If you give me an early game orbital, especially a high damage one like Sack Dagger, I'm in love. You know, the rest of our the first part of this run should be pretty simple. Our DPS stats aren't that good, but it literally, like, does not matter. As long as you just let the enemies walk into you, you're gonna have a good time. So why did I take a luck upgrade? Because I forgot that I had Perthrow. But Perthrow is also better served on a deal with the devil. So let's not forget we're on a daily. It probably would have been wise to look for a secret room there, but so be it. We would love to get Blood Bag. And I gotta tell you, I'm cruising on today's daily so far. I'm loving what the game's putting down. I'm a very happy man. We will IV bag ourselves into a dangerous spot, but it did give us another luck upgrade. And then, that's, you know what? I'm gonna use Perthrow right away. What? Okay, we have Ipecac. This is a dream come true, and let me tell you why. I always love to see Ipecac, but if there's any optimum time to see Ipecac, it is 1000% in a situation where it's a daily, and certainly not everybody else is going to get Ipecac. In order to get Ipecac, you had to get the D6, which was easy enough. But you also had to get you had to get IV Bag. And I think a lot of people would be like, we don't need to play that arcade. I say that because oftentimes I'm like, we don't need to play that arcade. You know, I understand the methodology. You come by it honestly. So, obviously, also trying to not blow myself up with Ipecac as much as possible. But all things considered, this should be an extremely high potential daily. I don't want to toot my own horn too much. You know, the last daily we did, nah. We ranked really well. We were in the 20s. I think I'm happy with Projectile Shield. Assuming, and I'll test it right now. Okay, good. It does not deflect our own Ipecac back at us, which was a genuine concern. I was gonna say, I thought that was a speed upgrade. So I mean, as of right now, it's just, this is beautiful. I think we've got every available ability to rank. I wouldn't necessarily say like as well as we ranked last time, because that's a bit of an ask, but I mean, why not, I guess, in the whole scheme of things. We have one of like the single best, most like run determining items in the game. If you get Ipecac, you don't need anything else to win. We could use a Tears upgrade, but you know what? It's a speed upgrade, but I think we're okay. And I'm a little happier, I guess, with the Thame. Jesus Juice doesn't do too much for us. And I'll tell you right off the bat, second secret room, it looks like it's far away. I know we could get it for free, but... You really, that's what you watch the video for? You watch the video to see me go, you know, walk backwards for 5 minutes just to get a single demon heart? If that's what you're here for, I'm not in the position of making enemies, you know? If that's what you're here for, thanks for watching. Gulp. That's Eve's Birdfoot. Incredible. You know, interface with the videos is the way that you see most fit. Not really what I'm interested in at the present moment, but that's okay. Sackboy is also a really, really nice consumable bonus for us. And yeah, I mean, we're in a great, amazing position, really. I would prefer... You know, I'm going to just bite the bullet on this one. I think I want the exploration bonus plus whatever consumables might be in there, so let's do that. And if we'd gotten a demon heart out of it, it probably would have been more worth it, but whatever. You gotta give it a shot. And I'm drowsy is fine as well. I mean, this is a daily where we can just talk. You know, yesterday was my day off, and it was very nice. What did I do with the start of my day off? I'm trying to think. I actually... I can't remember. I got up. Got out of bed. Scrape the comb across my... Well, obviously that's not true, but that's A Day in the Life by the Beatles. Not sure if you've heard of them. An up-and-coming Liverpudlian band. Normally I don't listen to, you know, world music, but I'll make an exception for the lads from Liverpool. No, we don't want that, obviously. What do we want with Judgment, actually? I think we want to see if it's a demon judgment, which it isn't, and then we want to try to cheat the system and get a better deal with the devil odds. Oh, I remember. So I woke up, and, you know, the comb across the head thing obviously did not happen, but I did work a little bit. You know, I did the sponsored Just Cause 4 stream, which was cool, and then after that, Kate and I went out for a nice lunch, did a little bit of Christmas shopping. Sure, I'll take a bumbo. You know what? Is this a secret room? Oh, we've already been there. Came home. Kate did some, she's playing some new Final Fantasy XIV content for a little bit, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to work on this Jeopardy score tracker, and I released the score tracker on GitHub if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. It basically right now it's an offline Jeopardy score tracker, so if you're one of the world's, you know, top 1% of nerds, and you're interested in playing along with Jeopardy episodes for yourself and then keeping score with something known as the Coriat score, you can do that, and there's other apps where you can do it. You can do it on mine too if you'd like. However, somebody then tweeted me and was like, hey, now that you've got the scaffolding for this here, have you ever thought about like hooking it up to a database of online Jeopardy questions? And then in theory, you could have an endless Jeopardy board that would be a real advantage for you when it comes to practice. And I said, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. And then I looked at the clock and said, I got 15 minutes before we need to be somewhere. So I started working on it, and I got to the point where thankfully somebody else had made a service that connects to a database of Jeopardy questions. So I can pull, as of right now, I don't know, Papula Duplex kind of scares me here, but as of right now it pulls a random Jeopardy question. This is only in the experimental release. So it is an endless board, but those of you who are astute Jeopardy players will know, that's not how you play Jeopardy. You know, what if you get a $2,000 question, but it ends up being the difficulty of a $400 question? You know, that's not what you're looking for. So I have to refactor it. It probably won't happen until later this week, but have to refactor it so that it can actually, it draws, first off, questions that are all in the same category, vertically speaking, instead of like, you know, the $200 question might be like, hey, what is the Taj Mahal? And then the $400 question might be like, you know, who is John Glenn? You know, you get the idea. They got to be related. Otherwise, it breaches the, is not what we're looking for, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so again, I don't know if by blowing up that judgment, maybe we got to deal with the devil other people wouldn't have got, but anything to increase our chances of screwing enemies over. Sorry, I'm still taking that money for now. You'll have your chance. Anyways, that's how I spent my afternoon, and it's getting pretty close. You know, you could check it out for yourself. I tweeted the link the other day if you're interested. If you're not interested, don't look at it like, and this sounds insulting, but I'm sure you could probably relate if I could put it in the right possible terms. But I did have some people that are like, hey, I'm not really into the thing that you built here, which is fine. You know, I understand that it's a niche thing, but they were like, just so you know, on line 71, you know, should have used a nested for loop instead of 2 for each loop separately in order to get something, you know, get this done. And I was like, that's cool. I'm like in school, which is fine, but like this is just a thing that I built and it works. And you know, I agree that what you're saying is probably correct, but I can't. You know, it's like the post was not meant to be like a lightning rod for criticism at all times. Moreover, I'm not really trying to make like, you know, the perfect Jeopardy scorekeeper from the perspective of if I went to work for Oracle that would help people maintain it as easily as possible. So, in the future, maybe I'll try to write like that. I mean, I'm really not trying to hand wave the criticism away, and I mean that sincerely. But simultaneously, I'm like, I might get to it, but you know, for right now, as long as it works and the difference is either slight readability or alternatively, you know, that it might run literally like 3 cycles faster, I'm not super worried about it. Because you should be running this on a supercomputer to begin with. Regardless. Yoink! Then, we went to this, there was like a Christmas festival thing in Vancouver called the Aurora Winterfest. And it's like a festively themed carnival plus market plus food truck sort of setup going on. Rode a couple of rides, went up in the Ferris wheel. I don't know, do we want to keep on drowsy? It was good, it was good times, you know. Had some wood-fired pizza. It was a nice day. And then actually, you know, all the day was pleasant, for sure. I think we want to re-roll that. All the day was pleasant, for sure. Dude, we want Mom's Knife. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's like no. It's 100% the right call, because the damage from Mom's Knife plus Ipecac is going to be disgusting. And I know you're looking at it right now, and you're like, it doesn't look that disgusting. That's because you haven't seen... All you're seeing right now is like you lost 30 damage. It's not like that, okay? As soon as an enemy gets touched by this, they're going to die. Would they have died to Ipecac as well? Yes, but now my knife doesn't explode in my face. Just like you did to me. We don't have unlimited bombs anymore, which is admittedly actually not nice. But this was... I'll stand by this for now as being the right call. Now, we didn't go to our item room, I think. Did we? No. Mom's Knife was our last item. The item before that was... from the last boss. Should probably get Bumbo leveled up just because there's no real reason not to. Anyway, after we got home, you know, Kate, she's into magic, so she had a box of the new set. Don't at me. I know it's expensive because I footed the bill. It's called it's called Ultimate Masters. Sorry, I almost got my magic sets confused. Eternal Masters was released in like 2016. Anyway, that was so dumb of me. I really thought that a thing would get us in there. I was like, do you want to like do a sealed of that and then we can practice a little bit, because you know GP Vancouver's coming up and you know you'd like to get out ahead of whatever archetypes you think you might see, etc., etc. And she was like, well, we could, but check this out. Then she pulled a little board game out of her purse. It's called Jaipur. I don't know if anybody here has ever played it. It's my favorite archetype of board game. It's a 2-player game with like a 5-minute setup and a 1-minute teardown and like 8 rules.
Something's wrong.
I think we'll take Metal Plate. It's a little similar to a game called Splendor. Basically, the abstraction of the game is like, you know, you're a trader and you want to become the Maharaja's, you know, #1 merchant. So the way that you do that is oh, I didn't even see you there. The way that you do that is like there's a market, and you have a hand as well, which represents your own goods. But in the end, basically, you're either taking a good from the market, or you're trading goods to the market, or you're selling goods in order to get points, and then whoever has the most points wins. Really cool game. Really fast. Had an excellent time playing. Just a good all-around Saturday. Now it's Sunday, and the crushing realization that I have to play video games while talking about them again is set in. I kid. It's a big week for video games. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has come out. I have not played it yet because instead I spent, like, I don't know, not that much time, but like an hour and a half yesterday getting that Jeopardy app released so that 6 people could play it, and then 600 people could be like, what are you doing with your curly braces on the wrong line? And this is where people go, haha, I get it, but also that is important, okay? That's right, I know you. I know you because I am you, okay? I haven't played it yet, but I'm planning to. Dude, I've taken way too much damage here. We're only on Necropolis 1, which is actually great. It might seem like we're like behind schedule considering the speed at which we got to this point. But we actually want to be, not behind schedule, but we want to be as close to behind schedule as we can be without going under. You know, we want to maximize our time spent on the floor so that we can get, you know, to the exploration bonuses. Oh, you idiot. So I'll admit, as much as it pains me, I'm starting to realize maybe it was the wrong idea to take Mom's Knife. That's a Chaos card. Possibly. Let's go. Because we are taking way, way, way more damage now as a result. But there's not much we can do about that. One thing I'll tell you is rate of fire up. And Bumbo, if you want to go ahead and take that, that's fine by me. No, never mind. That's for Daddy. I think we've given up a little bit of our earlier advantage, which is unfortunate. And I hate to say it, because I would love to just glorify my own image, but the thing is, you know, when we had Ipecac, we might have been, like, I don't know, part of the 25% of the people doing this run that had Ipecac. Now we're part of the everybody's still alive percentage that's doing Mom's Knife. So, we basically have put ourselves on an even footing with other people, which is very nice from, like, a feel-good standpoint, but not really what I'm looking for from the perspective of, well, imposing my will on the leaderboard. But hopefully get around that. Chaos is a ladder, but probably also something I'll just use to chew through Mega Satan. So, assuming we don't accidentally leave this behind, we will probably, and I probably should not let Bumbo take these, because, you know, the point bonus, but I just, my son is hungry, and he desires coins, and I'm going to give them to him. But we'll probably use the Chaos card on, like, Phase 1 of Mega Satan. Tears Upgrade is exactly what we wanted, even though it gets a bad rap with Mom's Knife. Basically, came pretty close to doubling our rate of fire, and we're good to go here. 14,000. Now, I'm a hopeful. Boss Rush was kind of what I had in mind when I took Mom's Knife. You know why? Because you don't understand the value of Ipecac. Okay, you know what? If you're going to be rude, you're on the right platform. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. Sorry, Bumbo. But Ipecac, the one downside was rate of fire. Mom's Knife is going to chunk enemies up extremely quickly. So I'm thinking on Mom's Knife, it's going to reestablish some of the genius there to be as self-glorifying as possible. Just want to make sure we make it. Shouldn't be hard, but you never know, right? Oh, key for the key god. 14,700. Probably puts us at a competitive score, I'm hoping. It is a weekend daily, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm a shark or a minnow when it comes to Isaac. I might be somewhere in between, like a swordfish. What I mean by that is, you know, on a weekend, in poker, there's sharks and there's fish, right? And I'm mostly going through hearsay because I'm a fish. But I'm a fish who knows he's a fish, so I don't swim in shark-infested waters. Whenever somebody is like, hey, do you want to play poker? I'm really good. I'm like, no, that sounds like to be honest with you, it sounds like a lot of fun for you and not that fun for me. But as I understand it, you know, the sharks, they know where the fish play. They're at the MGM Grand. And the fish who think they're sharks, because they play a little bit of online poker, that's where they go to get absolutely bodied by the likes of Hafu. Please, give me some coins so I can buy that map. Okay, never mind. Now, when the weekend warriors come out to a Sunday daily in Isaac... Coin? No. A coin, let's go. And a useless trinket, but... Am I benefiting from them filling up the bottom of the leaderboard without stretching the top? Or, I don't know, maybe the weekend at this point is when the sharks come out to play. You know, they're off work from their Fortune 500 jobs they inevitably have because they're intelligent people and then... And successful, of course, and also oh so handsome. And they dominate the leaderboards, and then they leave and go back to their, you know, Hollywood acting careers. I don't know. Very good. We will take Sin Robes. We will not take any of these. And the reason is, I want to save a reroll for right here. Brother Bobby, Halo of Flies, Mom's Bra, the Miter. The Miter might be worth it, but I'm going to go a little deeper here and see what we can get. Well, I think we want Death's Touch just for raw damage. But you could... Cricket's Body is a tiers upgrade. Dude, we need to get this max level Bumbo here if possible. Just pick up all the money, my friend. You've earned it. This should be very easy. I think if we're going to really stake a claim at a high leaderboard position, we pretty much need to not get hit. We're ahead of the curve, but perhaps not by a ton. I think we're ahead of the curve is a better way to say that, but perhaps not by a ton. Time is not really a factor here, except, you know, I don't want to be late for my own stream, but that doesn't seem too likely to happen, given the speed of this run right now. Hey, what hit me? There was a fly over the crevasse. I don't buy it. I walked into him. Okay. That one more along the lines of being 100% on me. Hello, Bumbo. We got to be closing in on max level Bumbo. I haven't been giving him, you know, rooms full of riches, but I gotta believe he's on the precipice of greatness. Pin? Pin. Very sorry about that one, Pin. Oh. My bad. Oh, I didn't even see you up there. More coins for Bumbus. Still not transforming. That's okay. So, where are we on the 30 days of dailies? I don't know. We might be on like 10. I think we're still pretty early. Don't quote me on that, but... I overestimate it, because for me it feels like I've been doing dailies forever, but... And that's not be... Oh, max level Bumbus, let's go. No. That's not because we've been having bad dailies, you know, it's just... I settle into a routine very quickly. I go like, oh, this is my life now. I do a daily and a regular run every single day. And it's nice. I love routine. It's like one of my most overused topics of conversation, because it's not really a bit. But if you're a creature of habit, I feel I want to be your role model to some extent, or I at least want to, you know, be a kindred spirit with you. Because Hollywood is not very nice to us. It's always like, Lester Burnham was stuck in a rut. Go to work, kiss his beautiful wife, raise his daughter. Life sucked, basically. But then he bought a race car, and it all became clear that this was the meaning of his existence. You know, it's always like that. And I watch those movies, and I'm like, that is uplifting. You know, if Lester Burnham doesn't enjoy his existence, well, kinda tough luck, Lester, because I mean the kid didn't have itself, but simultaneously, you know, I mean I don't have a lot of patience for people when they're like, society lied to me and I did all the things I'm supposed to do and I'm still not happy. I'm like, well, you know, start watching Jeopardy, dude. Find some fulfillment in, you know, defeating the contestants in a true game of skill. But the media is not very kind to people like us. What'd you do this weekend, Jennifer? Oh, we went out to this hot new restaurant and had some tapas. And I mean, I shouldn't insult tapas. I love tapas. In fact, that sounds like me. But you know, then it was happy hour at the Grinkston, that new club on Standard Street. And they're like, what did you do this weekend, Susan? I read Pride and Prejudice again. And it's always like, oh, Susan, one day someone's gonna rescue you from the doldrums of your ho-hum existence. And I'm like, nah, dude, Susan's got it figured out. That sounds nice. You know, she read her favorite novel again. Obviously, she likes it. You know, if she's doing it again and again. Maybe she'd like to be invited out to the Grixton. I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm going to bat for you. I like routine. I'm a creature of habit. I'm not one of those YouTubers who's, you know, showing you vlogs of like, yo, bro, I spent 12 grand on a helicopter tour of, you know, the Rockies this weekend. I'm like, I worked through another 35% of Aldous Huxley's dystopian sci-fi classic Brave New World this weekend. I found it quite pneumatic. Hey! And if you're like me, make sure to subscribe so I can afford the helicopter tour. Coming up real fast. That's a reroll. That's not. We're not going to do the Hush Fight because the Hush Fight, it overrides the score from Mega Satan, I believe. Or the score from Mega Satan overrides the score from the Hush, which basically just means why would you ever do it? If you're going to Mega Satan anyway. The only time I think you want to go to the Hush Fights in a daily is when you're going to the Cathedral, and then you want to use it as a bypass to get to Void, I believe. To the best of my knowledge, that's how she goes. Now, I don't care if you take some of the money here. You know, the more the merrier. Another nice point bonus. Doing well on consumables? I don't know, man. I don't know where we're gonna end up today. I don't know where the wheel is gonna land. I think taking Mom's knife did slow us down. I'm embarrassed to admit it. Not just slowed us down, but like diminished our point return. I'm embarrassed to admit it because, you know, I take Mom's knife at the best of times, you know? To force it on a run where you already had a competing archetype that was pretty strong, it's a little on the laming side. Now, admittedly, you know, dailies are a safe place to lame. Because the whole point of the daily, to some extent, is to, you know, maximize that score output. But I think, you know, we taught ourselves a valuable lesson. We lamed. We're probably going to end up taking a modest hit as a result. I know that's legal up here now, but still. Hello? Oh! Dude, Bumbo was on the ball there. More like on the bomb, really. It's gonna... Michael Jackson's off the wall? Yeah, he is. Off the planet. Isn't he gonna freeze himself? No, that's the starting room. Love to have that curse. Unless that was me, in which case, love to have this brain. No, that's the Emperor card from earlier for sure. Might as well. Dude, is Bumbo spitting out those bombs? Or are those bombs the result of Burnt Penny? Because it could... I think it's Bumbo spitting out the bombs. But it could be either. Am I wrong? Like, well, maybe. Don't answer that. But, you know, we do have Burnt Penny. I was thinking, like, when Bumbo picks up the coins, maybe it also has an extra chance to spawn a bomb because of that. Maybe yes, maybe no. Probably no, but... Alright, so we know, by the way, we're going to Shoal. If the game doesn't give you the opportunity to do that, you gotta be on the ball yourself. Not opening those for what I think are justifiable reasons. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make my day. That is our secret room. That is our secret room. That's a Hitman reference. If you're not part of the Hitman community, you might not get it. The joke is that there's a character in Hitman named Diana. She works for the agency, and she introduces your targets to you. The way she introduces them is always by a heavily emphasized, that is target name. Billionaire philanthropist. And also, heir to the Stark Empire. HP? Oh! That could have been a little bit, you know, touchy there, but problem solved. And I wish you hadn't placed that bomb, but it's the thought that counts. Okay, cool. So we're not going to fight Hush. We're going to come down here. Admittedly, you know, every bone in my Isaac body is going like, hey, you don't need to do every room. That's dumb. We have a real chance today to make something great happen. We should absolutely do every single room. We should do every room on the lamb floor as well. Although it pains me a great deal, because I would like to use the facilities. You know, it's got to be done, it's got to be done. Shouldn't have even mentioned it, because now that I've mentioned it, it weighs on my mind. That's slang, for those of you who are not idiomatic English speakers. That's slang for I have to urinate. I mean, it could be slang for having to defecate, but for some reason, urinating is the politer of the two bodily functions, so that one can be at least hinted at in public. Whereas if you mention that you're going to defecate, people will be like, what are you? That's so gross! If you're like, I gotta tinkle, people are like, oh, that's cute. You're like, I have to push solid waste out of my cloaca. People are like, are you insane? There's children here. I mean, you shouldn't be saying it. I'm just saying, it's weird. Have we decided one of the... Come on. We decided one of the bodily functions is, like, relatively okay, and then the other one is, like... I mean, poop is grosser. There's no question about that. If you're into that sort of thing, I hope you don't take offense to me saying that, but, like, I would definitely rather be in the room with someone peeing than someone pooing. If you disagree with that, you know, I would love to know your reasoning. The world don't move to the beat of just one drum, but simultaneously, I gotta know. At least it's extremely quick for us to get through here. I'm trying to think, you know, if you don't score in the 50,000s on a daily with Mega Satan where you had access to Ipecac and Mom's Knife in whatever configuration you desired, you probably screwed it up somewhere. And that's, you know, that's life. But simultaneously, are we going to hit that 50,000 mark? That you can hit on only the highest of highs and the lowest lows with the windows down and this song guiding you home? Yes, I was a teenager in the mid-2000s. I'm very familiar with the oeuvre of the Postal Service, aka that one album, Give Up. You will not best me. Yes, I own the Garden State soundtrack. Is that a problem? Yeah, I know who made the album called Shoots Too Narrow. So we're gonna explore as much as we can, but this is, I want to also make the knowledge available that we're gonna explore as much as we can, but with the curse of the not knowing where you're going, genius. I literally stood there watching it going, huh? Oh, what? We're gonna explore absolutely everything until I reach the point at which, like, I hit the same dead end a second time, and then I'm gonna move on with my life, probably. So we shouldn't be picking up Judas' Shadow. We shouldn't be picking up any item that isn't, like, a marked improvement. Because there's just no need. Just throwing points away for no reason. Almost got me there. I don't know. I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, you know, I think we threw away 50,000. So that's an admission that we screwed up. You only, I think you get 10k basically, functionally 10k for beating Mega Satan. No, we'll probably cross 50. But I don't think we're gonna be at like 53. I think we're gonna be at like 51, which is a little embarrassing for me personally. Mostly because it was my own hubris that cost me the points. If we'd stuck with Ipecac, things would have been a little smoother. But instead, I mean, I literally said we have to take Mom's Knife, and it's clear that, I mean, it sucks to be wrong, I guess, but it also sucks even harder to be like 100% you have to do this, and if you don't, you're wrong, and then be like, well, it turns out we were dumb. Oh well. I'm not gonna let it, you know, weigh on my conscience too heavily. As you can tell, I'm very, invested. Hey. Stop hitting me. And in the meantime, stop hitting yourself. Sounds like a self-help book. Stop hitting yourself. A guide to avoiding torpedoing your own hopes and dreams. Written by some dude who is most famous for writing this book. And somehow that makes him qualified. Okay. I left the chaos card behind after all of that. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be hard, but like, come on, man. There was a good reason we came down here with that. Like, to avoid essentially all of what you're seeing in front of you right now was the idea. Yoink. Bumbo? How, of all the things that could have hurt me, Bumbo, I can't believe it was you. I took you, I raised you, I got to 99 cents while simultaneously also feeding you some of the scraps from the table, and you've got the nerve to throw a bomb in my face. It's just, I mean, it's just sad. You think you know an item, and then it does something like that. One more? Alright. Well, I think we have to say in the end it was a fun daily, but kind of a mixed bag. Just by virtue of the fact that I played kind of badly. Wow, we got 45,000. We're 1/14th. It's okay, but disappointing. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps me rate the, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!